What's up, everybody? It's John here from VidGamiac.com, and welcome back to another episode of VidGamiac vs. Import. This is going to be part 2 of our Occultic 9 playthrough. So what you want to do is you want to start up a new game. This is after our first playthrough where we made no choices, and this playthrough we are going to start making some choices. So what you want to do is you want to hit right bumper to fast forward. We are actually going to skip past the first couple of choices until we get to a very specific choice, which is about 30 seconds or so in, so we'll come back when that choice pops up. So once you get to this specific piece of yellow text, what you want to do is you want to hit left trigger and then pick yes. This is how the choice system is going to work in the game. You have to stop the game at specific choices in order for you to confirm yes or no, and I will point out them along the way. You get an achievement for picking your first choice for a 10 gamer score, and after that we can get back to fast forwarding. The next choice you have to stop on is actually the next one, and I'll have a little ticker on the screen so you know what to look out for. Just look for that specific part of Japanese text in yellow. Once it shows up, you don't want to skip it. You want to hit left trigger and then always pick yes. So after that, you are going to have a couple of texts that you need to skip, so just hit right bumper whenever those show up until the specific bit of text we're looking for. So in this situation, we are looking for this 3-character bit of text right here, which pops up right here when Ryuka is in front of the bar. So same thing, left trigger and then pick yes. And then right after that one, we are actually going to make our first save. If you remember from all our other episodes of VidGamiac vs. Import, making saves helps out a bunch for saving time with other playthroughs because we can skip all the work previous to that save when we have to come back to it. Alright, it's right about here where you are introduced to the second main game mechanic, which is your blog, the Kiri Kiri Basara blog. For this, it plays like traditional visual novel style where you need to make certain choices in certain orders. Usually it's about 2 or 4 choices that you have to pick. As long as you make the correct ones, you should be good. Once you're done, you have to press yes to confirm. If you messed up, you can pick no, and that should send you back to the start, and you should be good on that. You also get an achievement for doing your first one. You know, typical visual novel style. Gives you an achievement for your first of everything. And then after that, we can get back to fast forwarding. The radio is going to pop up once again when we're at the park. Same frequency as last time, 24/27. Remember, the top number has to be exact, bottom number has to be an approximate, and this will come into play a lot later on. Keep fast forwarding, and then we are going to get our next text choice pretty soon, so pay attention for this specific bit of text. It should pop up at this web page with like some frozen yogurt on it. Then do the same thing. Left trigger, pick yes, and then on to the next one, which should also be on a web page with a link on it, which appears a few screens after. So for pretty much the first half of this playthrough, we are going to deal with these 2 game mechanics. The stopping when you get to a specific text, and once again, I'll have the ticker so you can know exactly where to stop in reference to the video. And on top of that, you need to update the Kiri Kiri Basara blog every once in a while whenever it pops up. So keep those 2 things in mind. Pretty simple for the first half of the playthrough, but the game's going to get a little more complicated during the second half. But other than that, just focus on the tickers, when to stop, and make sure you make all the correct choices when you do the blog posts. Alright, it's right around here where you are introduced to the next game mechanic. So you'll notice at the end of the text box will be this yellow icon. Whenever that pops up, what you want to do is you want to click in the left stick. That should bring up the spirit radio, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to tune it to a specific frequency. So for this first one, you want to tune it to 36 up, 44 down. That should bring up a puppet show. What the puppet shows are basically is this game's form of collectibles, and you need to interact with them every time that yellow symbol pops up. So for this first one, we tuned into the right frequency. The puppet show is going to start. What I recommend doing is letting the puppet show play out until the actual puppets show up, and then what you want to do is you want to hit right bumper to fast forward to the end. You usually have to wait a bit or else the game won't count the collectible. Like for example, the first time I did this, I actually missed the achievement for getting the first puppet show, so I went back, let the puppet show played out for about 10 to 30 seconds or so until the actual puppets appeared, then hit right bumper and the game will let you fast forward some more. So we're going to fast forward right here. It's going to fast forward to the end. You get an achievement for watching your first puppet show. After fast forwarding a few seconds, you should get to this office building. Yellow symbol is going to pop up again, which means we need to stop our fast forward, click in that left stick, and then tune the radio. So for this one, it's 76 up, 13 down. Once you tune it, you should get a second puppet show, and you need to do this until you get every single puppet show in the playthrough. So the reason why this achievement is a little complicated is because the game does not auto-stop whenever that yellow symbol pops up. So what you need to do basically is while you're fast forwarding through the game, you need to be paying attention for that yellow symbol. Now, obviously, since not everyone is perfect, you are probably going to fast forward over a lot of those yellow symbols, but lucky for you, there is a workaround involving the quick load feature, and for every yellow symbol that pops up, I'm going to be using this feature in case you miss it. So don't worry about missing it either by watching the video or during your own playthrough. I'll point out certain steps that will circumvent you ever missing any of the yellow icons. So other than that, we're just going to fast forward to the next yellow icon. We have a blog post in the middle, so make sure you do that like normal. The text choices are going to stop during this half of the game, so you only have two things to worry about, which are going to be the blog post and the yellow icon stops, so keep that in mind. So if you were paying attention really closely, we actually just missed a yellow icon. So let's say you're in the situation where you got this far, you missed one. The thing you want to do is you want to open up the quick load feature, and then you want to load up pretty much the last save we made. In this specific example, we are going to load up February 14th, Sunday, with the picture of the street. Load that up. Once the game loads up, what you want to do is not press right bumper. Instead, you want to keep tapping A, which will just skip the text rather than fast forward it. And then you just want to keep manually pressing A for all the text fields until the yellow icon pops up. Yellow icon is going to pop up once you're back in the office. Same thing, click in left stick and then bring up the correct frequency. This one is going to be 64 over 14, and that should get us the third puppet show. And for all the puppet shows, we're just going to play it safe. We are going to let it play out until the puppets actually show up, and then just fast forward to the end. So that's how the quick load system works in the event that you actually miss a yellow icon. Once again, for the rest of the video, we will be using the quick load icon, so you can always refer back to what specific quick load you're looking for and what icon you missed. I will also leave a text box within the radio frequency showing you which save you need to refer back to, as well as a description of the save, so its date as well as what picture shows up. Hopefully that will mitigate any confusion with what save you have to load from and when you have to load from the save. Other than that, the rest of the playthrough is all blog posts as well as more puppet show collectibles that we have to tune into the frequency once we see the yellow icon. So other than that, we just have about maybe 20 minutes left or so in the playthrough. This first playthrough is just over half an hour long.
そうだ、我が町吉祥寺
いつになったらキリキリ。
そんな急に書き込み。
マスターマストマーダー第4話、参謀ロシア。
ワンビが関わる事件を極秘に解決する政府のスペシャルチーム、ガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。その拠点である都内某所では、
有名なので言えば牛蜜時や座敷わらし、マッハばあさんだよな。って言っても吉祥寺だけじゃないし。
あらあら。
ゆつどきや座敷わらし、マッハばあさんだよな。まる仕事
マスターマストマーダー第6話深まれワンビの会。
ワンビ事件を解決するスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。ワンビ犯罪との飽くなき戦いを続ける彼女たちは都内のおしゃれなカフェに身を寄せていた。
ありがとう。
おこれえ聞こえた。父さん。
お箱にすあげないとお主かも。りょうたマスターマストマーダー第9話アリスのダークマター。
ワンビ事件を専門で扱うスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。メンバーの一人である若きスナイパーアリスは今夜も獲物を狙っていた。
マスターマストマーダー第12話アルバイトの秘密。
政府のスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。この日の彼女たちの任務は深夜にまで及んでいた。
もう一歩前。
思っその説どう違うたまたまおか
ぽよ
はすそちょやっもしんまうなん
マスターマストマーダー第13話アンダーカバーガール前編。
ワンビ事件を極秘に解決するスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。彼女たちはスーツに身を包みとある大企業の本社ビル前にいた。
マスターマストマーダー第14話アンダーカバーガール後編。
政府のスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。彼女たちは組織的にワンビをコントロールしていると思われる株式会社ブラックへの潜入捜査を行っていた。
私にはわからない。 マスターマストマーダー第15話 WNB45 前編。
ワンビが関わる事件を極秘に解決する政府のスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。彼女たちは新たな事件に直面しようとしていた。
未来マスターマストマーダー第16話 WNB45 後編。
政府のスペシャルチームガールズ・オブ・ザ・デッド。芸能界にはびこる特殊ワンビ犯罪を撲滅するため、彼女たちは選抜総選挙のトップを目指していた。
This is going to wrap it up for the second playthrough, so skip the credits. Once we get back to the main menu, you should get your achievement. There it is, 50 gamer score. Don't forget to check back soon for part 3, and that's all there is to it.